princess! In the future, there's still princesses that have to be saved. Sorry.
Don't you mean in the past, Dave?
Oh, yeah, the past. Past, future, who cares? It's all
technically 400 years ago in the past.
4,000 years ago. Okay, anyway, moving on. We saved the princess, and we now have her as a party member. Chrono! I saved you. It was awful. I can't recall it at all. She was dark and lonely, of course. Anyway. So, we're getting hints at the big enemy of the game, but we're not going to talk about him until we get to him. Anyway.
Cell?
Yes. Of course, Cell.
I am more powerful than I have ever been.
But, besides all the Dragon Ball references, her remembers music. My father, King Guardia the 33rd. So.
Yeah, that's right. That's the 33rd.
Yep.
Wow, so every king henceforth shall be named Guardia.
So, of course, the thing about this whole thing, she's basically a Disney princess as a Dragon Ball character.
Wait a second. Listen to this.
Okay.
This is extremely similar to a leitmotif in Xenogears called Faraway Promise.
So, are you gonna edit in the Xenogears logo
every
time
might
you
as well.
mention it?
Nah, I'm lazy.
No. I don't know.
It's a recurring theme for that series, and the fact that it pops up in here is crazy.
So at this point, it's
same composers though.
Oh yeah, of course. But
same people.
Yeah. But hey, you're playing think of it like you're playing Xenogears Zero.
I'm playing the grandfather of Xeno.
Yeah. So, see, I like I like Marl better than Princess anyway. So we keep the name we gave her. So she's not Nadia. Okay, so we're gonna go home now. Woo! So
it's just really interesting because it's one of those things that if I wasn't trying to joke around on the Let's Play channel, I'd probably be sitting here in reverence for several minutes silently.
You're just no. All right. Yes, she could be your twin. It's not like you two are related.
Or maybe your great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaughter.
Possibly. She's gonna keep... Excuse me!
Chrono's your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandma is hot.
Yes. But, we have other things to do now. Frog. I love Frog theme, by the way.
'Twas the fault of mine.
It's an ancient queen. I shall depart for good. Eek! I'm a frog man.
I'm a frog. Deal with it.
Indeed. Your resemblance to the queen is uncanny. I'm out of here, man.
I'm gonna puff out my throat at you, babe.
You have the potential to be a good swordsman. We'll meet again.
You must train harder, grasshopper.
Yeah.
Incidentally, I like eating grasshoppers.
Froggy, you weren't such a bad guy either. Alright, Kitty Pride, let's go.
What?
I'm kind of making it a little bit...
Alright.
Alrighty, so I'm gonna rest up here because free rest. Give me my I'm awake.
That's always good. I am a little bit of a fan of the RPGs where you defeat a big boss and they completely heal you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it's actually a little better when it's more like this, where you're out of danger and you can go heal yourself.
Yeah, well, I think it actually makes you pay attention. Which,
yeah, I agree.
Unfortunately, I've had to experience it, and I had to talk... Oh, I don't think I went down here before.
Oh. So that's all.
Yeah. So, let's see. I totally forgot this was an area. Look, a guy's drunk!
I'm hungry.
I'm hungry.
I have a funny feeling he didn't say that in the Japanese version.
Here's your food. Oh, right.
No, okay.
Yeah.
Maybe he was just hungry.
I assumed he was drunk.
That was a fair assumption. I was right with you on that until he popped back up.
But anyway, I believe this was translated by Ted Woosley, who also translated Final Fantasy VI, which, was originally...
Oh, that name sounds familiar.
Yeah, he actually has a trope on TV tropes called Woosleyisms. It means anytime a translation is better than the actual written material, usually. Like, it makes more sense, it adds a little more depth, but yeah. Or it adds character. Yeah, Ted Woosley. He translated a bunch of the early SNES RPGs. And, you know, he created a lot of memorable lines for Chrono Trigger. So, but yeah, I think of it. This was Ted Woosley. I know he definitely did Final Fantasy VI, but
no, because I'm looking up to see if he worked on Xenogears, because there's some story that Xenogears was so hard to translate that people quit.
Oh God, I can't imagine.
Let's see. So, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, Final Fantasy Legend 3, Secret of Mana, Breath of Fire, Final Fantasy 3, probably the actual Final Fantasy 6.
Yeah.
Chrono Trigger, Secret of Evermore, Super Mario RPG.
Yep.
Okay, so not Xenogears. At least it's not on his Wikipedia page. Wikipedia knows everything, right, guys?
Yeah. Wikipedia is never unreliable.
It's not like anyone can just go in there and edit, right?
Yeah, I mean...
Or, like, replace the Pope with the Emperor from Star Wars?
Actually, the one time I learned not to trust Wikipedia is when they were displaying an article about Bulbasaur, and I clicked on it, and instead of Bulbasaur, it was a penis.
Bulbasaur!
Yeah. So,
You know, my mind thought of a lot of places that could go to. That's not one of them.
No, it was not. Let me put it this way. I didn't expect...
I don't think anyone expected it.
No.
Well, except for the jerk who was doing that. Because I think Wikipedia is a great thing, and when properly maintained, you can really get a lot of good information out of it quickly. And when not, then you get shit like that.
Well, Wikipedia should not be your only source, or at the very least, you should check where the sources come from to make the article.
That reminds me of having to write papers that made me cite my sources.
Yes.
Thanks, Dave, for bringing me back to that.
Well, I know. I'm just a special little boy. Anyway, let's
So the bridges. Well, Frog can swim, but as human beings, we sink and die in water.
So, just a heads up. So, technically, we could have saved right here. This is one of those games where you can save anywhere on the map screen.
Yeah, that's very classic JRPG. That is, like, exactly how this genre worked at this point.
So, let's upgrade everybody just in case.
Although it's a little bit curious, because when you think of it, I always kind of thought of it as probably like a system limitation or something. Back when like PS1 RPGs only let you save in certain points.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, they didn't want you to like be all over the place. But you know, here it's like surely they could let you save anywhere.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those things.
My mind was blown when I played Pokemon and they let you save anywhere.
That's true. I imagine that must have been like a huge boon to a lot of early players. Like, here's the thing. When I played Pokemon was one of the first games I've ever completed. If I'm being honest. The end. So, let's get a little rest.
But didn't we just rest?
Yeah, but I lost some HP and I'm like I said. And also, sometimes it's good to wake up in a room and know something is there. I'll get it later.
Weird treasure chest with a face on it.
Yes.
At least that's what it looks like to me.
You're not wrong. Anyway, so other things.
So we found the girl.
Yep.
And also a frog, but we are still, you know,
stuck here.
We got to get back to the past.
Of course.
Or to the future in our case.
Well, there's only one thing we can do. We're gonna have to go up the mountain.
Truce Canyon.
Yep.
So, we're trying to get back to the point where we entered?
Yeah, basically, is what I believe.
Is there a time portal waiting for us there?
Yep. And this little dude.
Look,
you're gonna die. Or, wow, he's actually pretty thick. Oh,
he's extra thick.
That attack was adorable.
That was. Well, they're not doing a whole lot of damage, so you're fine. He hurt itself?
No, I hit it.
Oh. I was watching Chrono, waiting for him to like slash him again.
Nah. Luca just shoots him in the face.
So she's got like a laser gun, and Marl has a crossbow. So.
Yes.
Range weapons ahoy.
Yep. They are the best. Yep. Ah. Cool.
Now, you see, I'm always a fan of swords that can also be ranged weapons, where you simply cut the air so hard it cuts the enemy.
So we now have the mass heal. It's
a whirl. Okay, so it's a cyclone plus heal.
Yes.
That is excellent.
Mm-hmm.
That is a really cool way to use your party.
Yep.
So there's our little hole in time.
Yep. Well, we have to go through... Okay, Marl, I'll call you by Marl, even though your name is Nadia!
So there's a lot of endings to this game, you said, right?
Yeah, lots.
And are we, like, on any specific path right now by doing this? Or have we already deviated somewhere?
So, I'm gonna say what my intent is. My intent is we're gonna end the game with having every party member. That's it.
I mean, that sounds good. I'd like to see everybody.
Yes, and I make a point of every party member. But we'll talk about that in a sec, because it gives you a specific option later in the game that I want to talk about that I didn't know about when I was first playing. Because it's actually kind of shocking. But again, we're going to have to get to there. But anyway, we got to go back! Through the gate!
Marl is quite the practical girl that she would rather be a genius than a princess.
It's true.
I like that about her.
Marl's great. Anyway. But yeah, so we gotta go back to our own time now.
Woo!
Eventually we're gonna be able to travel to every era we saw. But anyway, to the future! Or the present.
How much time has passed?
Who knows?
There are sentinels everywhere. Mutants are hunted.
And everybody has metal arms. Everybody. And have weird asymmetrical fashion statements and a lot of pouches. It's, it went out of control. But anyway, we're back to the present. And
Most fun she's had in months.
Yep.
Be a gentleman, take her home, and, don't do anything with her along the way.
Yep. Anyway, we're taking her home. And we can do more of the thing here, but we're not.
So the festival is back.
Yep. We can go back to the festival at any time.
So are we going to eventually gain control of our time traveling powers?
Yes.
That's what I thought. That would make sense.
We eventually get basically the ship's equivalent of an airship. So here's the bridge. And we can go down here and check for later stuff as well.
400 years ago, a frog crossed this bridge. Find a little dried up frog skeleton.
Well, we find him and it's just like, no, not frog.
It's like, we didn't think this one through.
Nope. We can go to the inn, but we're not.
So there's a whole, like, dock over here.
Yep. We're gonna use this whole thing later. And the game does allow you to explore it, you know? So, hey. Check it.
One-way ticket.
Yep. As you can see, we can do that, but we're not gonna do that. We're gonna stick to the story, man. We can also visit the mayor, of course. They're slipping away. We could have done this earlier, but I decided to...
Why are they slipping away? Is it because we slipped through time? Is time slipping away? That was a weird sound. I don't understand. That may not even pick up.
What happened... You missed it. But the mayor is so rich, he just gives, like, 10 gold to anybody who can do something he finds amusing. He's just like, I'm so happy about my life! Nothing could possibly go wrong. And again...
He sneezes and $100 bills come out.
Yes. They're dying, right?
I mean, that's usually how one gets rich.
Yeah, they're greedy. You know. Anyway, we're moving on. We gotta take her back to her home in the castle. But again, I just want to show off a bit of this. Like, the game gives you a lot of early options to look around at the world. So we could have spent a couple hours in the beginning area.
I can see that. I can see how people who got invested in this game and explored it a whole lot would have really enjoyed themselves.
Believe me. But we're gonna try and move past the mushrooms. And like I said,
They don't care.
no, they're basically as long as we don't
They're sitting there thinking mushroom thoughts.
mushroom, 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 mushroom,
Badger, badger, mushroom.
mushroom. And like I said, and the game also allows you to avoid enemies if you can. So hey.
So we're in 1080 of this fictional world, it seems.
Ah, Chancellor!
Where have you been? You've been gone for 5 minutes.
You're not possibly evil, are you, Chancellor? No.
Oh man.
No.
I can see another version of this where, like, a paranoid Chrono comes to this world and starts killing people because he thinks that they're, like, evil snake men or something.
Well, that's true, but right now, I've been accused of being a terrorist and kidnapping the princess.
He comes from the other side and he's like, Beowulf!
No, but I have to now stand trial. And...
oh my god, this is actually a thing, isn't it?
yes. I'm have to stand trial.
Man, this is such, like, a, mid-90s Square thing to do.
Yeah.
You have to go, like, defend yourself, don't you?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god.
And this game brings up past events you could or could not have done.
Okay, so I have, like, a weird theory of, like, gameplay where, to me, when I boot up a game, I'm like, what is the core essence of this game that I want to play? So, like, if I'm playing Mega Man, I want to shoot my way through stages and fight bosses and gain powers. If I'm playing Zelda, I want to dungeon crawl and explore an overworld. So stuff like this actually would often annoy me. Because it takes you out of, like, the core gameplay of the game and makes you spend time doing something else.
Well, no.
But what is the essence of Chrono Trigger?
Well,
We're about to find out.
Well, here's what the essence of Chrono Trigger is. So,
I am the Chancellor.
remember
the
there was a
prosecutor.
pink thing I avoided touching in the first couple stages?
Kirby?
No, not Kirby. There was like a lunch.
Uh-huh.
They bring this up in that section. The game keeps track of your choices.
I've heard this. This is interesting.
So it gives you options to see certain events. The thing about Chrono Trigger is seeing the things that can happen. Because this is also one of the first games that did New Game Plus.
Interesting.
So, once we're done with the game, we keep all the stuff we have and can do other things.
Well, I guess let's proceed with the trial.
Yeah.
We bring forth the defendant, Chrono, who is charged with the capture of Princess Nadia.
Yeah, I did it. I'm Pimp Daddy Chrono.
I saved her life, man.
Fire, perhaps. But of course, I'm fighting against the Chancellor. Oh, come on, I can kill a guillotine. You want me to fight
That's a guillotine, Dave.
guillotine?
It's French.
I'm not one for the French language. Anyway, let's see the trial. So again, if we do so, you can do a couple things. One, it doesn't matter how guilty you are or innocent you are in this section, save stuff, but it does show you what you can do.
I was gonna say, did they remember to disarm you?
Well, this is JRPG, so maybe.
Probably not. I was gonna say, if I were to actually, like, play myself in this situation, it's just like, stab the prosecutor, stab the judge,
Well,
run away slashing.
well, where can I get?
I don't have time for your justice system. My sword brings justice.
Anyway, Marl did, and so they bring up. Yep.
So you bumped into her.
Yep, I bumped into her. They go over the scenes.
The impact has defaced her beautiful breasts.
Where's Phoenix Wright when you need him?
Objection!
Hold it! Anyway.
In the world of zany trials. Chrono's character is at the very core of this case.
We have nothing to hide. Thank you, Pierre.
The defendant's cruelty is clearly evident. He only put himself in danger through time and space.
Oh, hold it.
Little girl. You wouldn't even listen to her.
Oh God, I forgot to find her
You
cat.
ignored me!
So I could have found
Dave,
her
are we
cat.
terrible people?
I didn't find her cat. I forgot to do that quest. But I actually did that so that she would show up.
Sure. I mean, I know I'm a terrible person because I'm an AI, so...
Yeah, well, you know... This is why I programmed you with a humor chip. But we're trying to move past certain forms of humor.
What about ransom?
Ransom?
You did attempt to... No, I don't remember us attempting ransom.
Not at all.
No, we were helping this girl in the street.
So let's see what they bring up on this case.
I saw him with my own eyes. Dear me, you've clearly been bribed. I heard her cry out with my own tears. Still need to drag me out. Why did you do that?
See what I mean?
Future consequences!
Yeah! Brings up stuff you did. At the fair.
Like I said, stab the Chancellor.
Yep. Again, you're not... That's kind of the fun part about
I said
this.
my sword is a tool of justice, not used in anger. But then again, this isn't my sword.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
I am guilty. As charged of being handsome.
But where is the girl that we kidnapped?
Well, you know.
She needs to speak on our behalf.
Well, she's being kidnapped by the lizard people. You know, they hide and...
I want to claim a mistrial on behalf of your shitty justice system.
It is a shitty justice system. But so far, I'm not guilty. Fuck you! I'm gonna kill you, Bob!
I was gonna say, I demand a mistrial on behalf of who let you old bastards be in charge.
No, not solitary confinement!
Take him out. Wait, we won! Victory is solitary. You don't want to know what they did if we lose.
But father!
Well, I asked for you to behave like a princess.
Like I said, she's basically a Dragon Ball version of a Disney princess.
So she's about to power up.
Yes. There are certain parts of the game where we play as Marl and Chrono's not there. But anyway.
We were not guilty, but they locked us up.
Yeah, well, you know, we still have to get punished for it.
God, it's a freaking quintessent trial right here.
I know, right?
What is thy judgment? Innocent. Drops him into the shark.
Yeah, I tried to overthrow the kingdom. What of it?
Again, did they remember to disarm us?
Like I said, I don't remember. But anyway, I'm here for 3 days, so that only means one thing.
I want that revengeance section where we kill all the guards and fight our way out of the kingdom.
Well, no, we do...
As an innocent man!
As an innocent man. The most innocent of all men. Meanwhile, I have to deal with the Tank Knights.
How nice of them to put a save point in our prison.
It helps. But there's also an iron box, so, you know, it's not bad.
How will Chrono get out of this one?
Find out next time on
Alan.
Chrono Ball Z.
Yeah, we're gonna go with that. See you later, Space Cadets. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.